In the world of One Piece, there are an array of different abilities that add to the uniqueness of the verse. These unique abilities come with these special fruits called devil fruits. From transforming into lightning itself to becoming a leopard human hybrid, there's probably a devil fruit for every superpower you can think of. Today, we are going to discuss what I believe the best devil fruits for combat are. These fruits will be judged based on 5 criteria, given points from 1 through 10. These 5 criteria are offense, defense, versatility, universal combat, and top tier combat. The first 3 are self-explanatory, but to explain the last 2, for universal combat, imagine how useful a given fruit would be if you were to fight the majority of people in One Piece. For top tier combat, think of yourself as having mastered all 3 advanced applications of Haki and you were given a fruit. Now ask yourself, how useful would this fruit be paired with my Haki abilities if I were to fight someone like Shanks or Kaido? So now with that out of the way, let's get to the rankings. Number 5, the Phoenix Fruit. Although mainly known for its healing abilities, this fruit is great for combat too. The bird fruit model Phoenix is a mythical Zoan type devil fruit that allows the user to transform into a mythical flaming bird creature called the Phoenix, as well as hybrid forms or partial transformations. The user is made out of blue flames that heal the user and can be used to heal others. Now let's talk offense. The flames this fruit gives can be used as projectiles that function similar to shockwaves on impact. So that's pretty good. Most people sleep on that. The user can also attack using Phoenix talons this fruit grants, as well as fly through the air and propel themselves, making their attacks even more powerful. For offense, this fruit is an 8 out of 10. Now for defense. This fruit is great for defense. The user is able to heal themselves from seemingly anything, that includes Haki attacks. This ability to heal requires stamina, so it can't be done infinitely, but for a period of time you're basically invincible. So as far as defense goes, 8 out of 10. Now let's talk versatility. This fruit is pretty versatile. You gain the ability to heal yourself and others, fly, produce shockwave type attacks, and your flames can even stand up against other elements like magma and normal flames, so it's pretty decent versatility. 6 out of 10. Now let's talk universal combat. For universal combat, this fruit is great too. You can heal from any type of damage, fly, and you'll have shockwave attacks. If you're a regular guy in One Piece, this fruit would take care of you in most situations. 7 out of 10. Now for top tier combat, this fruit is pretty good. The ability to heal from any injury is going to be great when fighting people proficient with Haki. The speed this fruit grants and the versatility gives you a lot of options to choose from, and paired with strong Haki, you gon' be something serious. As far as top tier combat, it's a solid 9 out of 10. Now for number 4 on the list, I already know somebody gonna be mad. The Magma fruit. Stated to be the most offensive fruit in the series, is no surprise this fruit made it to this list. The Magma fruit allows the user to transform into, control, and generate magma. Let's talk offense. This fruit is insanely powerful, with the user being able to become, create, and control magma. Being able to generate a seemingly infinite amount of magma gives the user a major advantage in combat. This fruit can easily overwhelm most opponents, forcing them to stay off the ground and force them to use armament Haki to defend. Unless characters can just tank magma attacks like Luffy and Kaido tank fire attacks, which I highly doubt, this fruit could probably one-shot anyone if you hit them in the right spot. So as far as offense goes, 10 out of 10. Now for defense. As a Logia, you already have great defense. Unless you're hit by someone using Haki or your elemental counter, then you're literally invincible. As a Magma user, the only elemental counters I can think of are ice, maybe snow, darkness, and probably anything that's hotter than magma, but other than that, you're untouchable. Something else to note is that if you know Future Sight, you can morph your body around incoming attacks like Katakuri, giving you even more defense options. You could also just put a bunch of magma around you to protect yourself as well, so this fruit has some pretty good defense options. 7 out of 10. Versatility. This fruit is definitely less versatile than other Logias. Your magma, and that's kind of it. You don't get any mobility options like flight or anything. The most you can do is probably propel yourself with the magma. You don't have any real attacks outside of trying to burn your opponent to death. And as far as defense, you have the Future Sight dodge paired with intangibility. That's pretty good. So overall, not the most versatile fruit on the list. 3 out of 10. Universal combat. For universal combat, this fruit is definitely among the best. Intangibility makes it to where most people in the verse can't harm you, and your magma attacks make you a powerhouse. No further explanation needed. 8.5 out of 10. Top tier combat. Being an expert of all 3 advanced applications of Haki and having this fruit makes you a monster. Your offense is going to be off the charts, forcing your opponent to have to deal with your incredibly destructive fruit as well as your haki. 8.5 out of 10. Now for number 3 on the list, one of my personal favorites, the Rumble fruit. It doesn't really get better than becoming electricity itself. This fruit is the perfect combination of speed and power, and stated by Nico Robin to be one of the few fruits considered to be invincible. The fruit is a Logia type devil fruit that gives the user the ability to transform into, control, and generate electricity. Now let's talk offense. You can do any type of electricity based attack you can think of, from creating a giant lightning blast to summoning a lightning dragon. The power of this fruit is bound to shock you. I know some of y'all cringed up at that. Good. You can electrocute your enemies and paralyze them. This fruit is absurdly offensive, currently being shown to be able to generate a maximum of 200 million volts when transformed. The mobility this fruit gives, being able to move at the speed of lightning, allows you to overwhelm the enemy and close gaps pretty easily. Solid 8 out of 10. Now let's talk defense. Being a Logia, you get the Logia intangibility, which is always great, as well as the Katakuri future sight dodge if you have future sight. So just being a Logia alone gives you great defense, but the lightning teleportation like mobility allows you to dodge attacks easily and efficiently, which is also great for defense. Also, other than rubber, I can't think of any elemental counters lightning has, so most attacks other than haki just won't even hurt you. Oh, and you can restart your own heart too. Come on now. 8 out of 10. Now let's talk versatility. This fruit is probably one of the most versatile Logias, if not the most versatile Logia out there. Just to list a few abilities: you can paralyze your enemies, teleport/fly at lightning speeds, combine your observation haki with your ability to read electromagnetic waves in the air across great distances to gain a constant radar-like sense of everything happening around you on a massive scale, letting you know the exact locations, actions, and conversations of anyone present on the same island as you. Talk about brain dead. And you can restart your heart. You can also turn into electricity and enter metals, as well as use electricity to heat metals and fight with them. And one can only imagine the other abilities this fruit grants that just haven't been shown. Electricity equals versatility. 8 out of 10. Now let's talk universal combat. Like any other Logia, this fruit is great for universal combat. Speed, power, intangibility, awareness. This fruit gives you everything you need. Most people can't hurt you, but the ones that can have to be fast enough to land a hit, and the people who are fast enough to land a hit better have on a rubber jumpsuit. 9 out of 10. Now let's talk top tier combat. The speed and power of lightning paired with all 3 advanced applications of haki is something else. In fights involving haki masters, abilities that boost your speed and strength matter a lot, and the mobility this fruit gives, pair that with excellent haki usage and the sheer destructiveness and power of electricity, this fruit is top tier for top tier combat. 9 out of 10. Now on to number 2, the light fruit, or the glint fruit. Like Kizaru said, acceleration is power. The glint fruit is a Logia type devil fruit that allows you to create, transform, and control light itself. With this being the 3rd Logia devil fruit on this list, I bet you starting to notice a pattern. Logia fruits are just different, bro. I'm telling you. Now let's talk offense. This fruit offers some unexpected yet very impressive offensive abilities. So with your abilities being light based, you're able to shoot many laser projectiles that explode on impact and travel at light speed, create a laser sword, as well as create light clones that can fight with laser swords. Also, being able to travel at light speed allows you to attack at light speed, which is great for obvious reasons. This fruit gives some solid offensive abilities. Being able to make light clones is insane. 8 out of 10. Now let's talk defense. It's a Logia, so intangibility is a given, but with this fruit, there's even more. Other than darkness, this fruit might not have any elemental counters. Besides darkness and haki, you can't be harmed. That alone makes this fruit amazing defense-wise. Future sight dodge with light speed makes you basically untouchable as well, and the clones you can generate can be used for defense as well as offense. Also, you being light speed means you can tactically retreat at light speed as well, which could be considered defense. So 8.5 out of 10. In terms of versatility, light is pretty good. You have the Logia intangibility for defense, you got speed, ranged attacks through light beams, light weapons for close range, and clones to overwhelm the enemy. So it's a solid 6 out of 10. Now let's talk universal combat. You can easily incapacitate the majority of people in one piece with this fruit, just like all the other fruits on this list, but the pretty much non-existent elemental counters gives this fruit an edge, as well as being able to generate clones and move at the literal speed of light. 10 out of 10 for universal combat. Now let's talk top tier combat. So picture picture this. Your light speed, you can shoot lasers at light speed. You have a laser sword as well as clones with laser swords that move at light speed, and you've mastered all 3 advanced types of hockey, and nothing can hurt you other than hockey attacks and darkness. For top tier combat, 10 out of 10. Now for the best devil fruit for combat in One Piece. Some of you are gonna know what fruit this is gonna be and some aren't. Some are gonna be angry at this list and some aren't, but after review and long discussions with my video producer Toriaku, it was clear which fruit sat in the #1 spot, and that fruit is the fish fruit model Azure Dragon. Alright, now before you Gear 5 fans and Op fans dislike the video, hear me out and keep an open mind. The fish fruit model Azure Dragon is a mythical Zoan devil fruit that grants the user the ability to transform into a hybrid and full Azure Dragon at will. Now let's talk offense. As far as offense, what doesn't this fruit have? This fruit gives the user elemental abilities such as summoning lightning, creating tornadoes, shooting wind blades, as well as breathing fire and summoning a giant fire-like flame dragon avatar around your dragon body while fully transformed, capable of melting Onigashima's horn when touched by it. This fruit also gives the user the ability to summon flame clouds, giving the user flight-like aerial movement, as well as the ability to lift constructs the size of islands into the air. All of these abilities are great for offense, and I haven't even gotten to the main strength of a Zoan devil fruit. The Azure Dragon hybrid form grants the user all the elemental abilities on top of the physical buffs from being in hybrid, making you a absolute monstrosity offensively. You just have so much you can do. 9 out of 10. Let's talk defense. Although this fruit doesn't give intangibility, it gives you something arguably better. Scales that can't be penetrated by anything other than attacks that bypass external defenses. That means normal hockey attacks can't hurt you, and even advanced armament doesn't do much, as stated by Luffy to be too shallow. The way to do real damage is to use Conqueror's Coding, which is an advanced application of a already ultra rare hockey that you have to be born with. That means the vast majority of the verse can't harm you. That includes non-hockey users and even most hockey users. The defense this fruit gives is genuinely insane. 9.5 out of 10. Now let's talk versatility. You can shoot flames, summon lightning, create tornadoes, and shoot wind blades. You have access to a full dragon form, massive in size, a normal hybrid form that increases your strength, endurance, speed, and durability, and a alternate hybrid form that further increases your strength. You can also create a giant Susanoo-like flaming dragon avatar. You can create and walk on flame clouds in the air and lift island-sized land masses thousands of feet into the air at will. So yes, very, very versatile. 8 out of 10. Now let's talk universal combat. The vast majority of people can't penetrate those dragon scales, and as well as the amazing physical boosts, this fruit gives an array of exceptional elemental and mythical abilities, making this fruit, in my opinion, the best option as far as universal combat. Whether you're facing hockey users or non-hockey users, you're gonna stomp either way. 9 out of 10. Now let's talk top tier fighting. We actually get to see a top tier in One Piece use this fruit, so there's not much explanation needed. The offense this fruit offers is amazing. The defense this fruit offers is amazing. The sheer versatility is amazing. This is probably the most well-rounded fruit in One Piece right now. From different huge AoE elemental attacks to making you a physical powerhouse to allowing you to lift islands and walk in the air, this fruit is broken. It makes sense why Kaido was considered the world's strongest creature. This fruit has no weaknesses. This fruit is the best devil fruit for combat in One Piece, hands down. 10 out of 10. Now we can move on to the honorable mentions, which are fruits that didn't make it to the list that were considered when making this list. Our honorable mentions are Gravity, Dark, Quake, Ice, Flame, Op, and Buddha. Luffy's fruit wasn't mentioned because its base abilities pale in comparison to the other fruits here, and Gear 5 doesn't last long and leaves him in a severely vulnerable state when it runs out. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now I'm gonna pray for y'all real quick and see y'all in the next one. Father, I come before you today in the name of Jesus. I thank you for the person on the other side of this screen. Whatever they going through, Father, whatever they dealing with personally, I pray that you give them peace and wisdom and understanding. In Jesus' name, amen.